Hello everybody and welcome back to the series, welcome back to Football Manager 2023 and our epic quest across Europe to win every top flight division in the European nations in the game. Currently in nation number 25, as you may know by now, which is Scotland, in our second season here as the manager of Motherwell. We've reached a third of the way through that second season and we're here for a quick recap and a couple of games today. So we have made a signing since you were last with us. I've added a bit more firepower up top, so I guess we'll start there. It is another South American and his name is Harold Diaz. He's another one who's coming in on a free transfer, a 25-year-old Colombian. He looks a very, very good player, doesn't he? Particularly when you change this to an advanced forward. He's absolutely fantastic. He's got decent pace, he can finish, his first touch is great, his technique's great. He's got flair and determination as well. And he's scored 4 and 5 for us so far in the league. I didn't quite get him in time to register him for the European squad. We have qualified for the league phase of the Conference League, formerly of Porto. He's had quite a few clubs throughout his career actually, but he's almost a one every 2 games is Harold Diaz, and he, to be honest, he looks like an absolutely fantastic player. So I'm excited to have him here. In terms of how things have gone since you were last with us, obviously we were here at the start of the season where we took on Hibs and Aberdeen. We drew 0-0 away at home to Estoril, which clinched us that 2-0 win on aggregate. We then lost in the Premier Sports Cup second round on penalties to Dundee, which was disappointing. We were drawn against Atalanta in the 4th qualifying round of the Conference League. We went to Italy and lost 1-0, but we did come back home and beat them 2-0, which secured our qualification for the main tournament. As far as the league goes, though, the next game was against Morton. It was a 2-0 win in this one. Babatunde and Brayson with the goals dominated the game. Scoreline, we were probably a little bit lucky in terms of the scoreline. It took a penalty and then a 93rd minute goal for us to get it over the line, but we did absolutely dominate the game. It was then Dundee United, another 2-0 win in this one. Babatunde and Ballantyne with the goals. Another game in which we were very, very good in. Particularly defensively. If you look at the player ratings there, we were very, very good defensively. So a nice win there. And then the big boys came up. Celtic have had a poor start to the season. They had a very poor start to the season. They were actually in the bottom 2. Until this game. we made the trip to Celtic Park and we got thumped. Absolutely thumped 5-2. Esteban got a hat-trick. Garcia and Demir with the goals. Calshaw and Babatunde did get goals for us. But Celtic, they've had 6 shots on target and 5 of them have gone in. Duncan had a shocker of a game. We did have a couple of good performances though, so it's not too disheartening. It's just a shame about the scoreline. And next up was a trip to Hearts. Again, another disappointing result. It was a very, very even game. Both teams had 8 shots with 3 on target. Harold Diaz, this was his first game for the club, got the goal for us. Shane Smith equalised later on for Hearts, and it's disappointing to drop points again, but we did bounce back with a win against Wraith, and it was Sunday Babatunde with a double and then Harold Diaz on the score sheet again another game, particularly in terms of XG, in which we absolutely dominated the front 3, playing really well. We've moved Babatunde over to the left hand side to accommodate Diaz. Brayson sort of missing out. He's had a couple of injuries this season as well, so Babatunde has moved over there. They're very interchangeable though, our front 3 effectively, so that's good. It was 1-1 in the first game of the Conference League against KV Mechelen. A little bit disappointing, but it was away in Belgium. Then took on St Mirren in the league, a 1-0 win. Lukman Uche with the only goal of the game in the 17th minute. We didn't play fantastically well. XG wise, we were the better team, but we weren't brilliant. The 2 central defenders and the goalkeeper had a really good game though. And then it was Partick Thistle, 2-0 away from home. Pratel and Lamy, so 2 of the defensive midfielders getting on the score sheet there. Another good performance by the boys. A game in which we definitely deserve to win. You can see defensively in all of these games we do play very, very well. The front 3 had a little bit of a poor one this time, but the defensive midfielders bailed us out and they picked up a 2-0 win. Next up was Trabzonspor in the Conference League, 3-0 in this one. Very, very comfortable against the Turkish side at home. Malin, Lamy and Uche with the goals. And then most recent in the league, I've taken on Rangers and it was a 2-2 draw. Harold Diaz got a double for us. Mehmet Aydin with the 2 goals for Rangers. Looking at the XG chart there, you can see Rangers had much better XG. They had more shots as well. We did have our chances, and I think 2-2 was... Rangers would probably feel a little bit hard done to, but I think it's a fair result there, particularly at Ibrox. So where that leaves us in the league table after 10 games is we're currently sat on top by 2 points over Rangers and 3 points over Celtic, but Celtic do have a game in hand. Unfortunately, it's going to be very tough to stay there, particularly if we can't beat teams like Celtic and Rangers. Goal difference isn't the greatest either. Celtic have got the best goal difference in the league. We've got the second highest scorer in the league though, which is good. It's going to be very difficult for us to keep ourselves up there. We do have 2 games today though, guys, against Dundee and Aberdeen again. Hopefully we can pick up 2 wins to keep the pressure on at the top. Financially, the club, despite the fact I am bringing a little bit of money in with the Conference League, we're still getting further and further into debt. Probably not helped by the fact that I'm spending over the wage budget, and as a result, that's starting to affect me now with my managing finances. It is starting to slowly creep down. I know it's not drastic, but it's not good. I need to get some money in through the door pretty quick. The board is suggesting that I sell some players, which I don't obviously want to do. But let's get in today's game anyway. Against Dundee, we're at home. Hopefully we can pick up the win. Dundee find themselves down in 8th place. Of course, they did knock us out of the Premier Sports Cup though at the same time, so they are obviously quite a dangerous opposition. One thing I have done since the start of the season is I initially had Abbas alongside Ballantyne in the central defence. I've actually swapped Abbas and Shaw around. Shaw was the right back, Abbas was the central defender. Abbas is a better wing back than Shaw is, and Shaw's a pretty decent centre half, so I've decided to swap the 2 around, and it has worked quite well, to be honest. Silgado has literally just come back from his long-term injury, so he hasn't featured for us yet. He's made 1 appearance in the Conference League, which I think was actually his first game for us when he got injured. So he's made it back to the bench, hopefully to pick up some match fitness. But it's going to be Duncan, Abbas, Ballantyne, Shaw and Medina as the back 3. Midfield is going to be Pratel, Lamy and Addo. Addo's now accomplished in that position, and he's not quite improving, but that's a thing that tends to happen when you retrain somebody into a new position. They dip a little bit first before they do start to improve. So hopefully he starts picking up soon. And then front 3 is going to be Uche, who has been hit and miss. You can see he's on a 6.94. He's starting to pick up a little bit of form on that right-hand side. Obviously the settling in period and stuff like that. Babatunde, who is our top scorer, has done very well, particularly since he's moved out to that left-hand side. And then, like I say, it is the new man, Harold Diaz, up top. Well, with 25 minutes on the clock, it's been very quiet so far. Not a single highlight. Dundee did start better than us. We are now coming back into the game. You can see there by the match stats in the centre of the screen. And we finally get our first highlight in the 37th minute. And it's a poor free kick by Abbas. Gives it straight to Allen, but Pratel has bailed him out. Picks the ball up and calmly finds Ballantyne, who brings the ball over halfway. Finds Shaw in defence. Forward towards Addo. Addo bringing the ball forward. Little clip ball over the top towards Babatunde, who's in. Sunday Babatunde fires the ball into the back of the net for his 10th goal of the season. From what's been a very quiet game so far, we've got our first highlight and it turns into a goal for Motherwell. It's really good play by Addo. Little clip ball over the top. Addo with a Babatunde with a nice touch and a finish into the far corner past the goalkeeper to give us the lead. And now the highlights coming thick and fast. Duncan with the goal kick goes long. Babatunde can't get there. Good win with the ball forward for Dundee, but it's a bit overhit and Medina picks it up. Pratel into Addo. Can he pick out a teammate again? He's done really well there as Addo finds Uche. Uche with the clip ball into Harold Diaz for his goal. He's put it wide of the post. That was a golden opportunity to make it 2 in 2 minutes there for Diaz, but the Colombian couldn't find the target. And at half-time, it is 1-0 to Motherwell. We are on top. Dundee not really threatening, but hopefully we can bag a few more in the second half. I've also just noticed that Celtic and Rangers are playing each other. We'd love a draw in that game, but Celtic are currently 1-0 up in it. But Babatunde with a free kick. It's hit the crossbar and come back out. Diaz picks up the ball. Comes back to Medina. Now Pratel back to Addo on the left-hand side. Has the effort. easy for Cross though, who just pats it down and falls on top of the ball. Decent free kick from Babatunde. But Celtic are 1-0 up against Rangers, so that would extend our lead to the top to 3 points. But Celtics do still have that game in hand. And now Shaw with the ball finds Ballantyne. Shaw again. Back to Abbas. Comes back to Roddy Ballantyne. Ballantyne, can he pick out a better pass? Abbas again. Clip ball over the top towards Uche, who's in behind. Nice touch again. Goes for the effort, but the keeper's saved it, and they've managed to clear the ball. We're knocking on the door here of Dundee for that second goal. And Babatunde with this deep free kick. Can he pick out a teammate? It's towards Shaw at the back post. We've hit the crossbar again in this second half. Decent header there from Shaw. A good free kick from Babatunde to find him. And while it stays at 1-0, guys, it's still a little bit nerve-wracking because Dundee and its football manager, they'll get a goal. And this is probably going to happen now. It's Fogarty coming down the left-hand side for Dundee. It finds Miller to Terrell. Back over the top towards Fogarty, who's got in behind the defence. Pulls it across. And there it is. Jamie Innes gets the goal for Dundee to level the game. They've offered absolutely nothing the whole game going forward. And they've bagged an equaliser. That is probably their first shot on target. And now we have to try and find that winner. And unfortunately, we can't find that winner. That's a really, really poor result. Particularly when you look at the match stats. We were on top for the whole game. They've had one shot on target and they've found the back of the net with it. 1-1 at home to 8th place Dundee is not good. So after that very disappointing result there, we do remain at the top. Celtic did beat Rangers, so the gap is now just the 1 point. And of course, Celtic do have that game in hand, which you'd reckon that they're going to win. I think they're playing Hibs. They are playing Hibs in that game in hand. So effectively, we're in second place now. That would have been great to get a little bit of a gap there, maybe. So effectively, we're in second place behind Celtic. It's going to be very, very difficult here with Motherwell. We've had a great start to the season. We just need to not let it slip now. We've got Aberdeen next, though, who currently find themselves in 4th position. We're going away from home, so hopefully we can pick up a win in that one. Right, guys, welcome back. We've made it to the Aberdeen game. I'm going to leave the squad the same, despite the disappointing result against Dundee. Got a couple of tired players, though, so we'll see how things go. But we did play quite well. It was just a disappointing result, so I am going to leave things the same. And we're straight into a highlight, straight from kickoff. We do take the kickoff. Abbas finds Shaw. Shaw bringing the ball forward. Comes back to Ballantyne. Ballantyne looking to pick out a pass. Can he pick one? He goes long, looking for Babatunde. Should get there. Babatunde does. Heads it on to Diaz. Diaz has the first effort of the game with 22 seconds on the clock. I think Diaz was offside anyway. Indeed, the linesman has given offside there. It's going to be a difficult game, this, though, at Pittodrie against Aberdeen. They are 4th in the league. Shaw takes the throw and finds Lamy. Drives towards the penalty area. Goes round the referee. He's hit the crossbar from there. Oh, my God. What a great effort from Kieran Lamy there. They do manage to get the ball away to Aberdeen. But this is a much, much better start from us in this game. And now we're getting nearer to half-time. It is Aberdeen with the ball. They take the throw-ins. Finney finds Sobolewski. Sturrock inside to McCourt. They've played the way out nicely there. Diallo, centre-half, bring the ball forward. Finds his midfield teammate. We are putting the pressure on here, but Aberdeen are passing the ball around quite nicely. They have gone long now, which Shaw should win, and he does, but Chesser picks it up. And now McCourt for Aberdeen. Diallo goes long again. That's going to be easy for Abbas, though, who does bring it down nicely. Finds Lamy. Back to Abbas. Pratel, is this our little opportunity here for a little spell of possession? Shaw finds Addo in the centre midfield to Pratel. We've given the ball away, though, to Cameron. Cameron's done well to press and win that back. And he's got a good effort on him there, but it has clipped the top of the crossbar on its way over. Aberdeen have grown into the game. You can see they're having more of the shots now after our good start. Need a decent team talk at half-time to get the boys back into it. Right, we've reached the hour mark. Nothing's happened yet in this second half. I've got some very poor performances, though, particularly Uche and Diaz. So I am going to make a couple of changes. I'm going to bring Uche and Diaz off. I'm going to get Malin on up top. And on the right-hand side, we're going to bring on Hector Gillies, who did play well for us last season. Not featured too much this season. I'm a little bit disappointed with Uche and his performances. He's not really played fantastically well for us this season. He's had the odd game. But Babatunde with this free kick, can he pick out somebody at the far post? Looks for Lamy. It's headed clear, though. Pratel is going to get there. Comes back to Medina. Medina's got Babatunde out there on the left-hand side. Clips it over towards him. Babatunde with a header. It's rippled the roof of the net as it's gone over. Now Shaw with his thrown on the right-hand side. Finds Pratel. Shaw with the ball into the box towards Babatunde. He's put the ball in the back of the net. Has Babatunde. Do we have VAR in Scotland? I think we do, don't we? It's been a while since we've had a VAR, to be honest. I don't even know if we've got it in Scotland. We have got it in Scotland and it has been awarded. Babatunde gets his 11th goal of the season. It's a great ball in. And Babatunde with a towering header there past the goalkeeper. I wonder if the VAR was for offside against Babatunde. But regardless, it has been awarded, and that's very good for us. Can we do it again? Abbas with his thrown on the right-hand side. Finds Mallon. Can't get there. Williamson wins the header. Now Roberts gets the ball down the line, but there's nobody there for him. And Ballantyne comes back to collect it. Finds Shaw. Bringing the ball forward over halfway. Medina. Don't lose it to Cameron again. Now Shaw. Ballantyne. Can he pick out a decent pass? Finds Abbas, little bit of space. Finds Gillies instead. Gillies comes back to Abbas. Can we deliver this ball towards Mallon in the box? Mallon's put the ball in the back of the net now. But again, we're going to get a VAR check. Chicken in goal. Chicken in goal. I didn't see anything of a question of offside there, and it has been awarded. So we've scored 2 in quick succession. This time it's Mallon from the bench for his 4th of the season. It's another good cross from this right-hand side by Abbas. And another good header. Chicken probably feels he should have done a little bit better. But we've turned this game on its head in the last couple of minutes with the substitutions we've made. We've also brought Silgado on for his league debut for us. Babatunde with this free kick, though, towards that back post. And Mallon gets his head on it again, but this time it's gone just over the bar. And we're still piling the pressure on. Babatunde with a free kick towards Shaw. It's a good effort. It's hit the crossbar. Abbas gets it back in. It's clipped off the defender and gone out for another corner on this right-hand side, which Babatunde comes across to take. Can he pick out a teammate again? It's towards Ballantyne this time. It's headed clear, though. And now Sanders picks the ball up. I thought they were going to counter on us there, but thankfully they didn't. We're into injury time at the end of the game. They do have a corner themselves. It's Chesser. And he finds the head of Cameron, but Cameron can't find the target. And hopefully that's going to be all she wrote in this game. A nice, decent 2-0 away win for Motherwell. Indeed, that is a good away win. Cal Shaw picking up the man of the match. So after that game, guys, we do retain our spot at the top. We've got 4 points on Celtic now, but Celtic do have 2 games in hand. Rangers are drop points again. You can see there they drew 1-1 with Hearts at Ibrox. So Rangers are now 5 points behind us. They've played the same number of games. The defending champions, of course, Rangers. So maybe it's Celtic we've got to be wary of this season. Hopefully they can drop some points in their 2 games in hand to leave us at the top of the table. But that's us officially a third of the way through the season, guys. We're going to come back again 2/3 of the way through the season. Hopefully we're still up there with Celtic. That was obviously, we need to get these nations knocked off as quickly as possible. But guys, thank you very much for watching. As always, it's been an absolute pleasure. And I hope to see you in the next episode when we're 2/3 of the way through the season. Can we get Motherwell to the Scottish champions and become the first team other than Rangers or Celtic since the 1980s, nearly 100 years, to win the Scottish title? Hopefully we can. But guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode. So cheers, guys. See you later.